Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is a Muslimah reflection. So today, I wanted to do a random thought discussing addiction, anxiety, depression within our ummah, something that we don't discuss enough. Not that it's not discussed, but it's not discussed enough. We are in the mindset of alhamdulillah. And I'm not being funny when I say that, because we are to say alhamdulillah for the good and the bad. And when you understand the internal meaning of that, then you understand why. But we gotta be real for just 1 second. Just 1 second. Alhamdulillah doesn't work for everybody, right? We say it. The words come out of our mouths, but we don't feel it in here, And a lot of times we ask people, how are you doing? You know what I'm saying? They be like, we good. Alhamdulillah. I'm blessed. I'm good. And we have no idea the internal battles, the mental battles that they're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? We all know, we don't know what someone else is going through, and we all are going through battles. It's design. It's inevitable. We can't not go through battles. But some of us need help, and we don't know how to reach out. We don't know if we can reach out. We don't want to be shamed or embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? So many of us feel this way. So many of us have, I don't know who this is for, but this was on my spirit to speak. So many of us has ran to the deen, to Islam, thinking that it would help cure our addictions, take away our anxiety, relieve our depression, and not knowing that becoming Muslim increases those battles. Because Allah Azza wa Jal tells us that you don't think that you can say you believe and not be tried like those before you. We read those words. We do surface level reflections and we recite them. But the depthness is not within here. And so we look the part, we act the part. We live in a world where we are designed to pretend, because the world itself is an illusion. The reality is the akhirah, but when you know, you don't, you don't. But that's not the topic of discussion right now. So many of our brothers, so many of our sisters come from a life, and Islam has brought them a sense of peace. But when they face trials and tribulations, what they're used to is easier to go back to. And they feel like they have no one to reach out to. They have no resources. There's so many Christian and Jewish rehabilitation centers and things of that nature. But we need more of those within our ummah. More mental counseling. Because I see so many people battling addiction, battling depression. They're actually functionally depressed. They walk around smelling alhamdulillah. You would never even know that they probably go home at night and cry. They struggle to pray. They don't even know why. And we as a people are missing that. I wonder if we can focus on that. Would that help the other things that is going on? I don't know. But I see so many of my brothers and sisters facing things, battling things, and they feel like they have nowhere to turn. And people read your Quran, pray more, and they like, yeah, easier said than done. And we all talk about the iman goes up and down. You're going to battle, it's going to go up and down. But do we talk about what to do in that moment? When your iman is low, when it's easier for you to pick up that bottle, to drown away what you feel, when it's easier for you to roll that blunt, smoke that joint, hit that pipe, whatever. Where do you go? When you don't want to go back to what you used to, but it's easier for you. Mentally, you depressed. You walking around, smiling. But you don't know where your next dollar or your next meal gonna come from. And nobody knows but you and Allah Azza wa Jal. And you struggling every single day. And you praying. And you doing your things outwardly. But inwardly you are numb. Where do you go? Who do you talk to when you talking to Allah Azza wa Jal and you feel like you still are not being heard? This is the battles that we don't talk about enough. What do we do? Where do we go? When we down on our knees and we crying our tears in sujood, but we still feel empty. Where do you go? What do you do? How do you talk about that? How do you help yourself? Who can help you? What is the guide? The Quran, the Sunnah. Yes, we say those things. But how can we feel it eternally and not just be pretending outwardly? What do we do when we want to give up? But we know that doing so, we'll be in a hellfire. Where do we go when our masjids turn their noses up at us, when we seeking help? But they say an Arab is not better than a non-Arab or white and red. You know the hadith. What do you do when our own treat us like we kuffars? When we supposed to be one ummah? What do we do? Do we have the answers? Nobody knows. But we sit and make fun and condemn and can turn the nose up at everybody but yourself. We are quick to judge, but we know no battles that other people face. Oh, we can see. We judge by what's apparent, my brother, my sister. But maybe what's apparent is being what you see is not what's really going on. Maybe what you see is an illusion because they hiding who they truly are because they ain't figured themselves out yet. They drowning and they struggling. But you making fun of them. You turn your nose up at them. You looking down upon them. And all the word has to say is be, kun, and you can be in that same predicament. So what do we do? Where do we go from here, Umar? How do we help each other?